Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of RGL Season 4. We have a matchup, Morning Light versus Froyo, and I'm here with Dagron. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Marm. We just got done casting a banger of a Highlander match. If any of you are interested at all, definitely check that out when you have time. But for now, it is Six's time. We got a match coming out here. Morning Light versus Froyo, like you said. Froyo gonna look to come in strong in this week 2. We can run down the rosters real quick. On Froyotech, we have Banny and Eric on Scout, Blaze and Jay on Soldiers, Habib on Demo, and Skis on Medic.
Yeah, Morning Light, a newer roster, just formed this season. Alpha on Flank Scout, Sandblast Combo, Soapy Roamer, Dingo Pocket, Side Demo, Azen Med, and I don't know if you saw the match last week, but Morning Light got blown out by a team I don't think many people thought they would have in week 1, 4-0 on a Koth, but given this is 5CP, maybe I think this is more their bread and butter, but kind of a rough second match to have.
Yeah, Froyo definitely not the best opponent after you're coming off of a loss you probably weren't expecting to get dumpstered hard on. I'll take your word for it that they're probably a stronger team than they showed in week 2. I do recognize a bunch of names, Alpha, Sandblast, definitely good players, Sai as well. So I'm sure they think they can come in here and do some work. We'll have to see how that goes for them. We are on snakewater for this week. If there's anything you want to say about how these two teams play the maps.
I don't know about in particular. I haven't really seen these teams, but Froyo usually they mix it up. They get aggro a lot of times, double soldier bombs, you'll see stuff like that. And I'm assuming Morning Light is probably going to be playing a lot similar, maybe a little bit slower, but you'll definitely see double bombs out of invite newcomer of Soapy and Dingo. They'll probably coordinate, get something going, maybe send someone kitchen, but nothing too cement.
Yep, definitely, and it's been a while since I've come in here for Sixes. Although you can't forget Froyo. They're perennial competitors in TF2, some of the best ever, and I do expect to see them come in here strong on Snakewater. Been playing this map for years, so just gonna wait on these two teams to ready up here. Do you have any predictions for how the score's gonna go?
Oh, we're starting right now. I think I said earlier 5-1 for Froyo, maybe 5-2, but we're actually not starting. Someone unreadied, but somewhere around there, that's what I'm expecting. But maybe Morning Light can really start getting it rolling. You know, Sandblast off the victory from Highlander. Maybe can carry it over.
Yeah, he played incredibly well in the match as well. Got a really clean double kill, dropped the medic on last. Didn't matter in that round immediately, but Sandblast definitely going to be hot off that one, so we're going to see if he can carry over that momentum. Looks like mid-fight we're going to see both demos roll out. Habib is a bit faster, has some sticky pressure in on both sides. Both scouts running up top right now. Eric going on the top of the house. Banny contesting the solar bombs, and the double bomb is in here.
Yeah, Dingo committing on the med. Soldier going Saw, trying to get onto Skis, but he doesn't know where he is, and this is just... They're trading players, but Soapy actually is doing a great job of distracting. Then they clean up Banny and Habib. It's just Jay on mid, and Sandblast is going to be on Skis, and that is a big start.
Yeah, definitely really scattered mid. I have a lot of people flying all over the place. The double bomb came in like you predicted, and they did get a lot of frags. They chased down Skis in the end, and it looks like Morning Light are going to have that first point and the Uber advantage to work with.
Yeah, Skis dying so late is so big. I need to see if these on crits, but yeah, they are on Uber. And there's no off classes up from Froyo, so they already have a scout or a soldier peeking Africa, a scout in, they're taking second heals, just getting here, and Froyo's going to take it all over. A flank fight, Soapy getting a pick, but Alpha should be getting caught from behind. And Dingo's still trying to fight, this gets cleaned up, and this is just not looking great. Soapy weak, has to leave, and most likely Morning Light's going to have to give this up, and maybe they can re-Uber through Saw and try and catch him out, but I don't know, it's a little bit scary.
The spawn's got extended though by the cap, so they're only going to be 4 men for 5 more seconds. I have to walk all the way back. So Froyo walking into mid here, trying to take advantage. They're going to get stalled out at Saw though, so Uber going to be had for Morning Light. Ski's just going to stop and build his up as all spawners in. We're going to get into a bit of a prepping phase.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen this team in a stalemate Morning Light, so I'm assuming it's going to be a Soapy 1-man and then probably Alpha Sniper, because Alpha loves that sniper class, and from what I've heard and what I've seen, Soapy has really solid mechanics, jumps, aim, all that. So should be a prime candidate for getting a force. Jumps through lower, catches an air pipe. Very bad start. Just can't get on him and gets counter jump market gardened. Wow.
That's the frag you want to see, and it looks like Froyo going to set up around Saw here with that advantage. There's a sticky trap on the roof. They do see it, going to jump through and get that one killed. So it's going to be bomb in here from Jay, getting forward, pops the dome man up, surfs it back right now. Sai going to get healed up in a second as we're back into the stalemate. But Blaze did get taken out on the back end, going to be searching for that one. Now Morning Light going lower with this.
They're trying to drive. Blaze trying to get a flank play with Eric. Didn't quite work. Sandblast trying to get through lower. There are some sticks. Gets to the door, but takes so much damage, and that's probably going to call this fight off for now. Because it's going to be a 6v6 any second now, and maybe Soapy's going to off-time sack, and he does go really fast, direct on the med. Really good bomb. Off timing. Gets the force. And unless someone blunders it on the side of Morning Light, this should be really good, and they're already going Saw, trying to get pressure out, not give him any room to breathe.
Yep, they're just going to be looking to keep this Uber charged, looking like they don't want to pressure Saul right now. Even with 5, they're going to walk through here, going to look to find where Froyo's standing. They're playing really far back and get ready to back off with this Uber. Bomb forward from Blaze. They want to try to force this, if possible, off of Morning Light. Players playing up top. Blaze, double rocket, going to bomb in onto the Med's head. Can't find him though, going to take him down as counter bomb is in.
Yeah, just Blaze not quite finding the med with that bomb, and Sandblast he's going for it against 2 scouts, does not care, has that beam, that Uber gets a scout pick. And they still have 50
watch
ad to
out,
work
though, the scouts on the med, they have the force.
That's honestly not bad for the side of Morning Light, but all of Froyo went to stop second, and now they're going to buy so much time. The problem is they're probably going to drop a couple players here. Like the med, Ski's super weak on top of the shed. And Habib dying, he gets a pick onto Dingo, but Ski's dying so late, it's going to be 2 scouts at last, maybe an off class, but 4v2 with the spawners in a while is not looking too great.
Benny comes up on Sniper, immediately goes back into spawn. We see Eric getting that kill onto Soapy, but a lot of people on the point. Sticky's coming in as well. Benny just last player alive, but Soldier is in, doing a lot of damage. Jay with that kill onto Alpha, 1 HP, staying alive, gonna get piped by Sai, and that should be the round. First round goes to Morning Light.
Yeah, that was a lot messier than it should have been. Those scouts live forever. The Soldier spawned in, got so much damage, but the pipe from Sai cleans it up. They get the first round, and that's a start you want to see for the side of Morning Light. And last time they did a super aggro mid. I don't know if they're going to do it again, if they're really feeling it, but I'm pretty sure they're probably going to play it a bit slower, and Froyo's probably going to adapt to it a little bit.
Yeah, Habib a lot faster than Sai on this mid, actually, already on the point while Sai just walking through lower. It's going to be the same scout pressure. 1 Soldier bombing over the top. Second isn't going to go, so it's just a single bomb. 1 rocket onto Skis, can't find the fall. Here's the second bomb, and Dingo's going to find the second onto Skis. So, bit of a delayed bomb, although Eric and Bandy's scout duo combining for a couple kills on the back end. So, man advantage is in here for Froyo. Morning Light are going to back out with a super advantage.
Sandblast getting that pick late gives them the opportunity to poke. It's a bit rough, but they're going to play it safe. Get to Ubrad. In that mid, they sold out 2 soldiers for the med, and I think Alpha died somewhere else. And just the aggression wasn't really together. But that was a really good double bomb. They get the med down, and now the game's kind of in their hands. They have to try and get through these doors, either milk, get a good Uber, and it looks like they're going to start heading towards lower. Froyo should down by now.
Yeah, it looks like they're already prepared. Blaze up on the high ground. They're going to Uber through that choke. Sai bombing into the dome and trying to place Stickies behind the team. Going to be Sandblast trying to clean up these soldiers on the front, but he doesn't have any help to get up top. Soldier now bombing in as Jay and Eric are the casualties. Sandblast and Sai getting those kills. Blaze going to get blasted down off of the high ground. Barely retreats into Saw with his life. Going to get chased down. Probably killed here, and he does get taken down. Sai is the counter casualty dome man in that back line, eventually dying. But very interesting play to bomb there through, and it worked out well.
Sai's kind of insane. He double stickied from lower to their lower and then 1v1'd a scout and got the kill. But didn't catch the med. Everyone was really split on the Uber in 30-40 ad for Froyo. But that's honestly not bad. This is very leapfroggable for Morning Light. Froyo's already going Saw. They don't really have any players close on these doors, so this is a room to milk, and Morning Light's probably going to have to leave and play for Uber because they already gave up almost all the ground. But they're fighting 10% away. Soapy's in, trying to get damage. Buys a bit of time, and this Uber's going to come out any second now. And Sandblast, you know, he has his magic shiny thing, and now he's about to go forward into him.
Yeah, it looks like both teams trying to fight over who's going to pop first, poking back and forth. Soldier bomb in, Blaze doing damage, going to jump out off of that one. High ground is held by Froyo pretty handily, but Blaze going to crater on the back end. So now man ad for Morning Light. Neither team has popped Uber yet, and it looks like Froyo want to back out and save this one.
I'm surprised to actually say that's such a Sandblast Uber to take, and they just played it safe, spammed, and they got a pick immediately, trying to rush through Saw. They have a lot of ground. Habib on the point. Both soldiers making a lot of space for Sandblast. Soapy does get caught, and Bandy's going to take they're going to rush Alpha on the flank, and this is bad. Morning Light needs to get back to mid. Don't let him in. It looks like they got here in time. A lot of damage from Sai. They're trading.
Oh, they can't hit shots. They can't hit shots. Bandy's missed everything. Bandy couldn't force the Uber. That's going to be disastrous for Froyo. They do have a 1-man to work with, so they're going to try to take ground on mid, but Uber's going to be had and look to be counter popped by Morning Light. Bombing in here on the scout. Not going to get popped on Sandblast looking, and he gets dropped on that one. counter reinforcements are in for Morning Light, gonna get cleaned up in the back end. Alpha finding one Sandblast as well. Soapy gonna bomb back in, and now it's 4v3 for Morning Light, and they're gonna keep this Uber.
Banning on Sniper, but Aizen, really good job dropping Sandblast there, because instead of having a really bad Uber, they have another scout up, and they got 2 picks off of it. The only worry is Banny is in cheese on Sniper, but Aizen actually backed up. They're not in the sight line anymore, but they still do have ad. But I don't think they know, because Sandblast has already spawned up on Sniper. That is about 40% ad lost, but you know,
yeah, how did you not know they had ad?
They must, maybe Skis wasn't healing, I'm not sure, but I don't know how.
They should know that they had ad either way. It's gonna be that's gonna be an ad wasted, as now Ski's gonna have Uber to defend the second point with. Looks like we are still gonna have Sandblast and Banny on this SVS looking for the picks, and it's gonna be Sandblast winning that one out. So man ad for Morning Light here.
Yeah, no one knew Sandblast on Sniper. Banny thought that was a free peek and just body shot down. Trying to peek the far side. I think a soldier's bombing does get a lot of damage out into Sandblast. Can't quite hit the second rocket. Sandblast's going to barely get out with his life and just going to keep popping shots, trying to get a pick here. And just Habib doing a great job of putting pressure out on the lower end. Morning Light's going to have to back up.
Banny spawned up on Scout, so looking to go the traditional route. Both medics still sitting on full Uber as this Saw stalemate continues. Remember, Morning Light have the 1-0 advantage in the map, so they're not necessarily keen to push, although they are going to want to eventually. They want to extend their lead.
Yeah, so with 10 minutes on the round clock, you know, they've 7 minutes left to just sit here and snipe, take their time if they really want, take as many low percentage, just like low risk plays, because they do have the lead to play with. But sometimes, you know, that's not the best strategy, because you're kind of just running your own clock down at some point, unless they're trying to just time out every round.
Yeah, if they're confident in not making a game-losing or a round-losing mistake, rather, then I'm sure they're fine with stalemating this as long as they physically can. But for now, it looks like bomb in from Jay up in the upper, and it's gonna get cleaned up with Banny's scattergun and take down Sandblast. So good damage on the front end, taking down that sniper. As we're gonna see Morning Light back up here, kind of seed the Saw area. Froyo takes it in return.
Yeah, I don't know. This could be a spy moment. I've seen the Sandblast spy in these times. Soapy really, really weak. Just gets out. And he's going to go to Scout, and we're probably going to see a lot more of pressure into another Soapy bomb, which did end up working last time, you know, and I feel like he's probably feeling it.
Yep, Froyo going to get a retreat. They're going to retreat out of Saw. They're just looking to throw some spam in. Some stickies are on the wall, so they do have control of the room for now. Morning Light gonna just prep around this staging area, looking to spam both soldiers now on the Saw entrances, calling through the traps around. Both soldiers gonna walk in. Dingo is through the window. He looks like he wants to bomb, but he's gonna get denied if he does. No, it's gonna spam. Lower in, gonna be a bomb from Blaze, gonna take him low on the back end, and now Morning Light are prepping him lower.
Jay, I think, sniffing out the sack. Yep, tries to take 1v1, trades damage, but Blaze once again getting picked by the spam for Morning Light. And this is going to make more and more space. Soapy still in Saw, waiting for his moment. But Sandblast getting through the door, clears the stickies, still getting really, really weak. And now Soapy has all the free ground, eats a rocket in the air, and he should get cleaned up.
There's a bomb in the back, going to do one rocket onto Skis, but dies to the collision. And now he's going to back up with the Mantis. That Blaze has spawned, and Froyo running through lower with the Scouts, going to force this Uber out of Morning Light. That's really good for them.
Yeah, just catastrophic for us there. Now Froyo is immediately rushing it, but a Scout is behind Sandblast. Has gotten behind, they spot him, and he's going to buy a little bit of time, but probably not much, because he's 10 HP on their last. Pulls the flank back. I don't think the combo's really worrying that much. They're still trying to pressure. They leave Eric to take a 1v1. Now Froyo's trying to walk through lower. They get in really clean. No soldiers here to really spam and commit, and they're going to have to give up mid entirely. And if Froyo want, they can keep rolling it for a little bit, still have 40 ad, leave one to cap, unless they really want to deny the Sandblast spawn, which looks like they're fine with staying on mid. Oh.
Azian and Alpha are building Uber on second right now. 95% for Azian. Gonna have Uber to defend second here as Froyo looking to walk through lower. A lot of players trying to go through as Dingo and Blaze are fighting on the side. Both soldiers gonna bomb around, bombing back as Froyo goes forward. Double bomb in here from Blaze trying to find the medic. One rocket, but it gets cleaned up. Does get the force though. Now Skis, it's all about holding. He does pop into Banny, and it's a much better Uber for Froyo.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit chaotic. Azian does get caught, but now they have Sandblast behind. Alpha's on bats. Size out lower. Sandblast's best hope. He's going to get a flank on the med. Doesn't quite get it. Skis gets the pack. And this round's not looking great unless Sai has some heroics against these three players running into him. Scout's already through lower lobby onto last. Soapy spamming him down, but this is looking bad.
They're gonna get Banny. Soldier Bomb in here. Dingo with a buff. Gonna try to fight this point. Sai gets taken on the back end. It's just Dingo and his medic here and taken down. That is the counter round. Froyo even it up 1-1.
Yeah, just two forces back to back having worse Ubers on their second, on Froyo's second and their own second, just leading to that round being turned around. And the mids so far are looking pretty good. They've gotten skis every time, and I don't know if they're going to keep doing it because it did have some success last time. Just a little bit of bad coordination. Let's see. I think Soapy may be doing the same bomb, and yep, they're double bombing in. Soapy in really fast. He's getting killed instantly. They get counter frags really good. And this is what you want to see, the coordination on top. As soon as the soldiers go in, Sandblast, everyone goes forward.
Counter bomb in, Jay finds one, gonna try to find the second round to Alpha, but does not get that one off. Alpha gonna surf up. Banny or Habib coming in with that, can't get his sticky dead off, and that's a full wipe for Froyo. Morning Light keeping their med up, and that was a perfect bomb with follow-up, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they actually, last time I think they were stuck on their side, and they just ignored everything else, ran straight forward. Soldiers coordinate, get an air shot onto skis against the wall. And Eric's on sniper now. I think, yeah, he's watching Cheese. He's going to get the call that they're lower, so this angle's going to be a little bit bad. He's got to try and get a hero shot out. He's on the silent sniper. Yeah, he's got a silencer. They can't see him on the minimap.
That's bad, though, because he can't drop a medic with a full body shot on that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Slemish was trying to tell me that it didn't suck at some point, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either yet.
You don't miss headshots, I guess. But.
Yeah, Morning Light walking in through lower here, gonna try to take lobby, and they're gonna pop out a shutter here. Uber onto Sandblast, walking forward, level 1 gun to deal with. Is gonna take down Sandblast, looking for kills, looking on Habib, but can't quite find it. Heavy is out for Banny, as Uber didn't really find any kills. Alpha going down on the back end afterwards, as Morning Light are getting herded backwards through lower. They're not gonna find any frags. Counter Uber in here for skis, and they're gonna successfully defend this pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, Soapy with a really, really good bomb. Realized the fight was lost, gets on the med, 2 rockets, gets the force, and I think Skis is starting to respect him because Skis about like 80 health, pops, and, you know, really good job so far from Morning Light, but Uber, I think Alpha got killed by a trap, and with that force, they're not at that big of a disad, so they can hold mid and keep their advantage on this map.
Yep, it's 40% for Skis and 30% for AZN right now. Looks like Morning Light are going to go lower here, try to get some pressure. Bomb in here from Jay, going to do damage, standing on that awning, controlling the space. Going to bomb through window here, as it looks like Froyo going to try to take control of Saw, and they do find Soapy on that one, catch him out. All their players are looking to run forward now. Scouts trying to chase down, a lot of damage onto Sandblast, going to have to back up, onto Alpha. And Froyo looking to walk through Saw here. Banny and Eric going through upper with Jay, pressure's in.
Yeah, Uber's not here quite yet, so they have to give up a bit of ground. They trade Sandblast for Blaze. Bad trade for Morning Light. And now Azen gets out lower with 2 HP, I think. Alpha getting picked, and that's no scouts left for Morning Light. They're going to get a Sandblast forward spawner, but once again, they just lost mid off that, not having Uber quite yet. They just can't hold.
Yep, it's going to be Froyo capping up this midpoint. Full Uber for both teams. Alpha going to be spawning up a bit late. Going to stay on scout for now. As looks like bomb forward from Dingo, trying to get some damage. Kind of didn't hit the proper bomb on the roof. Going to take him low. Pack bomb in from Jay. Going to take him down. Forces the Uber out though. Counter in from Morning Light, running forward, trying to find Skis. They can't find him though. He's back up the kitchen. They are going to find Eric, Habib, and Jay though. So it's 3-man up for Froyo. They do have Uber to work with. They're going to rotate towards Saw, but Alpha is here sandwiching them. Doesn't get that much damage down. It's really rough for Morning Light. They wanted to force this Uber, but they can't get through.
Yeah, Alpha getting a little bit overzealous, going alone, gets picked off, and kind of throws their play right out the window. And that's 2 scouts down again for Morning Light, which means Azen, he can't really play forward. They have 2 soldiers up. Dingo gets spotted. Soapy maybe going to try and get a bomb secretly. I think, yeah, Blaze found him out, and Soapy's probably going to have to end up leaving. And this is an opportunity for Froyo. They're going to have 40% ad going to the other team's last, and they get a soldier pick. That's going to be really helpful for, you know, not stuffing the doors. Habib peeking the sniper. The Uber ad is starting to dwindle, and Banny's capping. They're waiting.
Yeah, there's actually no scout for AGN to build with. He's going to be only on 80% as the gun is going to get spotted out. Bomb forward from the soldier, doing a lot of damage to the gun. Going to end up getting him killed. Blaze taken down in the end. Sack doesn't work, and now AGN pops on, or takes up to that full Uber. Both medics going to have it. Sandblast is up on NG, going to end up moving this gun forward, interestingly, as there's also a sniper. Dingo get killed by a trap from Habib, so good play by him. Sniper NG off classes, no scouts.
Yeah, just, I'm surprised. Soapy just jumps into a scout, gets the pick, and Banny's hiding in the corner by shutter, waiting for someone to overextend, maybe get a pick. And Eric's on sniper now. Eric Alpha sniper battle on the Morning Light last.
I haven't seen this gun from Sandblast. It's really close. It's in their face. They're gonna have to
Yeah, I don't
focus it down really early.
This is, I'm pretty sure this stuff's nothing but the right side, and it's just hoping they're gonna try and overflow right, get on the sniper, try and sack through right on the med. But otherwise, the left side and lower is completely free, but they do have one projectile on each door. So they're kind of set up.
Yep, and we do have sniper looking through this door as well, so if they try to peek it, they will be faced with that. When SVS coming through, Eric is standing on the train right now, or in front of the ramp rather, so this SVS is going to be very important here to decide who gets the advantage coming in. Even if Morning Light win it with the NG, which he does, Alpha, great shot, it's going to be harder to push with sniper and NG, no scouts.
Yeah, Soapy in, doesn't quite know where the med is, hits it direct on the scout. Doesn't really mean anything, but this is an opportunity for Froyo to try and peek these doors with one projectile down. Jay getting a lot of damage, but finally finds out the gun is there. Froyo peeking lower, expecting the gun to be in a normal spot.
Yeah, another peeking shutter and spamming it. Sandblast has to move it.
Now it's in a more traditional spot. Banny gets picked. Eric's still on sniper, but Alpha trying to go for a hero shot. Doesn't quite work out. Now it's even players. Jay's peek and drop, trying to get spam on the gun / med. It's a dispenser. Not quite what he wants.
His spam killed Alpha, actually.
What? Oh no, Alpha died a while ago.
Oh yeah, my bad.
You're
Timer's a bit long. Either way, it's going to be Alpha spawning back up on Sniper, so we're going to try to keep this going. Eric also still on Sniper, another SPS coming up. Eric going to find Soapy again, so Soapy, the first casualty of this exchange. Froyo are kind of positioning like they want to move in. They're trying to decide which side off of this soldier pick, but looks like they're just looking to move their Sniper. They're positioning on the right gate right now for the defensive side.
The J spamming drop, they just don't have enough projectiles to really cover all the doors. Dingo's just having to switch back and forth. Double soldier bomb straight in on the Sniper, just gets him, but at least Jay getting picked, Blaze slipping out. And that's a good trade, 1 for 1. They're through the door, Soapy in, high bomb. Along with Dingo, they can't really get enough damage onto Skis, and Skis ends up popping for some reason, but
Asian has no one to pop on.
Everyone,
he finally gets a soldier near him. He only has one soldier to work with, the other one's stuck in spawn. Finally, Alpha is up, scout spawner on the point right now. Banny doing a lot of damage. Gonna get that kill onto Soapy as the claps come from Froyo, and that is going to be their second round. 2-1 lead for Froyo, as we do have Jarrett in here, so I'll be taking my leave after a long day, gentlemen. So have fun with the rest of the cast.
Thank you, Will. Jarrett is here. I don't know if you were watching the game, but Froyo's up 2-1. Morning Light's had a couple good mids. I think every mid's been somewhat good. And opening it up, Blaze instantly putting pressure into the other team's kitchen. And this is an opportunity for Morning Light to just say, ignore that guy, double bomb. There goes Soapy. Dingo's taking the high ground, and now they're trying to get a lot of pressure out. 2 people locked in the saw of Froyo, but Dingo getting picked off there. This isn't looking great. Blaze still pressuring behind. Soapy gets collapsed on Alpha, losing a 1v1 to Blaze. And now this is an opportunity for Blaze to try and get a flank off. Doesn't quite get the damage onto Aizen, but finally hits a rocket in the end, and that should be cleaned up. Now just Sai and Sandblast kind of left out here.
Sandblast's gonna be left behind. That mid, the initial aggression was pretty nice, but the only issue is Froyo was totally fine with just holding S. Just farmed up the soldiers that were trying to create space, no kills cleaned up on them, and that's gonna be Froyo taking the mid without dropping any players. And with Aizen dying at the very end, that's gonna be a pretty nice Uber ad for them to take into last. They're gonna have to go up against Alpha's gun, which he's hiding up behind the crate here as Morning Light's getting ready to set up and preparing for it, but it looks like they're getting ready to potentially go Shutter here, Marmalou.
Yeah, they're already peeking. They don't know where the gun is, but it is behind this crate. Second's not quite up. They're probably going to wait a little bit, get buffs out, make sure everyone's ready, because they do have so much Uber ad to work with. Asian dying so late. And, yeah, they're capping it up. 2 scouts coming to the lobby now. Most likely going Shutter. Yep. And they're waiting. They pop in now, get in through the door. Don't quite know the gun is, eventually kill it. And now, I don't think, there are some sticks on point. Banny edging it, trying to get some pressure. Soldier already in onto side, doesn't quite hit the air shot. Gets picked off, but now all the cap time coming in and no one is anyone near. Soapy didn't have time to really jump onto it, and everyone kind of stuck by the truck. And that is halftime.
Not a whole lot of defense after the NG and the Sniper. The Sniper died actually in the Shutter, but after the gun went down, there wasn't really a whole lot of protection on that point there. Heavy's too slow to be able to defend that, so despite still being plenty of people alive for Morning Light, they're just going to take that cap, and you're right, that's the halftime. Not really sure what the theme has been so far for for this half, but I would imagine the beginning was a little bit slow. It seemed like a 10-minute 1-1. It's not necessarily a Froyo roll that one might expect. So Morning Light are putting up a little bit of a fight, it seems. You know, they got their round on the board, but they have to take this halftime to try to figure out what they're going to adjust to try to flip it back and try to put them in the lead.
Yeah, the first round for Morning Light was really good. They had a really good mid. They traded meds, but wiped the other team, had 4 up, got mid, had a little bit of Uber Ed, and rolled it into second, and eventually they got to last and won the round. And so far, they're tying mids, which is a really good start. Soapy, his stats don't look great, but he's definitely had some big moments. He's put a lot of pressure out early in the mid, got a force on the other team second, and yeah, I think everyone's kind of playing pretty well, but just a lot of times when the game slows down, it's just going towards Froyo's favor, because eventually, just there's a crack in Morning Light's holds.
Yep, all it takes is one little tidbit of information that you can try to use to your advantage if you see something going wrong, and that's definitely something that Froyo has done many, many times in the past, so Morning Light has to do the best they can to make sure that their gameplay is as tight as possible, and if they see Froyo slip up at all, which, you know, people are only human, it can happen, you know, they'll be able to try to, you know, maybe take a round similar to what they did this first half, but they just have to do it much more than previously is all. One team readying up. Seems like, which team is it? Seems like Morning Light is ready to go. Kind of just waiting on Froyo here, and maybe they're still talking about what they might expect Morning Light to kind of change. I think you said the mids exactly haven't been dominant one way or the other, so definitely something you want to solidify to make sure the gameplay starts on your side of the map and kind of the pace at which you wish to play it. Never want to start things on your own last or on your own too or anything like that, so.
Yeah, the first couple mids really, the focus for Morning Light was just killing skis. I think the first 3 mids, they did that. And then the 4th mid, it was kind of, they kind of figured it out, dealt with the soldiers, had Blaze pressure behind, and the rest of Morning Light really didn't go forward, and just the mid didn't work out at all. They had a really late med death, and I'm wondering, are they going to still keep going with their super aggrements, or are they going to try and change it up a little bit? And it looks like we are starting right now. And you take away this 5th mid?
Yep, it's not going to be too long before we see what kind of adjustments both teams have made, as we are going over to the 5th mid, Froyotech versus Morning Light. We have both demos kind of arriving towards mid right now. Have to see what kind of early damage comes out. Not too much, maybe a little bit onto scouts, but teams, there's going to be a different in the way that teams are rolling out. Froyotech playing more over on their bat side. We do have initiation coming in from the soldiers straight onto skis, and that's going to be skis cleanup right off the bat. And actually, even more Froyotech players than you would initially expect. So it's kind of up to the rest of them to try to clean up the rest of the players that are backing up out of Saw, but I think they've kind of realized that this is not a fight they want to take. Just go in, get your man, get the medic, and then get the rest of your team out. And that's, you know, you could say that Froyotech's going to cap this, but I would say this is relatively successful for Morning Light, Marmaloo.
Yeah, this is like one of the earlier mids. They trade out their med for all the players. They 3v3, but they don't quite get into mid, but now massive ad. The only worry I'd have, honestly, is a back cap attempt from the side of Froyo. You see it a lot where they just push 2 or 3 people. The door, you're not going. Samless dying to a trap, Psy taking damage. Really bad start. Look, there we go. The flank push. Eric and Blaze trading for Soapy. Eric getting behind. Going to start the back cap. And they actually got a force with both scouts on second. I don't know if Dingo's going to have a very nice time trying to stop these scouts. And scouts already going to last. They get second. Now it's just Eric going to have a 1v1 versus Sandblast, and the soldier's going to be here any second now. So this should be unsuccessful. But really good job from Froyo, you know. They get a force, they get a back up, and they just split up the entirety of Morning Light. And now, the Morning Light's now on their last huge Uber disad. And this is a perfect time. Psy's going to be up. They're going to go without Eric. Getting through the door, popping. Asian's very caught, gets 2-piped. And now the players trying to get resupped. Dingo dying in spawn. 4 up only for Morning Light. They get a pick onto Habib. Sandblast gets traded. And as long as they play it slow, they have a chance. But Alpha getting another pick onto Jay. Blaze super, super weak. Behind the shed gets bowed. Alpha overextending, and a good pipe from Psy onto Eric. 3v2 with 2 spawners coming any second now. All they need to do is stall just a little bit longer. Maybe get a bit more damage. Dingo is in. So much damage out. Now they just need to kill Banny. They get skis. But it's 2 projectiles versus a scout, and he's pretty good at moving.
Now we have something good going for Morning Light. Seems like issue after issue trying to push Saw there and back all the way to their last, but they're able to, you know, hold out long enough to be able to, you know,
Jay's
take
hiding
on
back.
Froyotech
Gets on
before
the Asian. Oh, it hits
last
the
rocket
rocket.
kills him.
He was just sitting on bats.
Just as I was saying, they finally have something going their way after, you know, mistake after mistake or hardship after hardship that throws a wrench in their entire plans. There seems like to be a little bit of a brawl going on in Saw, able to clean up Alpha, but there's many players that are still arriving as air shots are going off from the soldiers, and a sniper is actually going to be able to clean up kill. I didn't even realize that air spawned on sniper.
He was in window, dropped lower, and now Sandblast also spawned sniper. No, they have a little bit of disad, 40% disad, and he's going to try and get a little sneaky pick onto the med. Sniper already in lower. Sandblast with an angle onto skis, but just can't quite get it. Now he's trying to snipe through the little crack in lower.
And Morninglight's not too afraid, especially after that kill. They know that Froyotech players are still rolling out. They have a small player advantage, so they're definitely going to hold their ground here on 2. Not for too long, though. They were able to, unfortunately, lose Alpha, and they do have an Uber disad they have to prepare for, so he's going to get popped in the air, is able to get cleaned up, not able to jump away because he's airborne. Sai needs to be careful. He's kind of popped into the air as well. He might get chased down by Bandy, but a nice pipe is going to thwart that. But Aizen just dies to a bomb, I think, that came through Cheese, and immediately their attempts at escaping is not going to work out for them as Froyotech just wants to barrel forward, leave one person on 2, and continue over into lobby and make sure it's cleaned up for their team to maintain the space they have here. So it was a pretty good fight from Froyotech trying to take their way, but I kind of feel like it was a little bit on Morninglight, maybe biting off a bit more than they can chew.
With Sandblast on sniper, Alpha just needed to play it safe, and he just took a solo play into their Saw, ate a direct, and just got picked. Soapy then also got picked off, and then no scout there for a little bit. Sandblast respawning on it, but Aizen gets caught out in lobby from J and Z, and now another big ad push from Froyo. Last time it didn't quite work. They're going to pop through the shutter, get this gun down pretty quickly. Sniper's still in the right spawn, getting zoned out. But the off-class is getting stuck in spawn. Dingo trying to get damage onto Habib. Doesn't quite get anything, but Blaze committing onto the high ground, and all of Morninglight's kind of caught in this corner, but Froyo recognizing there's a heavy, and they're all up. We're going to give up and let them try and push out a last with the Uberad.
Yeah, they took some space, but weren't really able to do much with it. Soldiers just counter-bombed in, and immediately that made them weak enough where they had to back off. There was no point pressure or collapsing or kills or anything like that. So that's going to be a successful hold from Morninglight. You're right, they do have an ad to work with here. They're trying
going lower with this.
They are.
The soldier scout lower push. They get in pretty clean, but now that they find out, going to be a lot of spam. Blaze getting onto Aizen just in this bad corner. And it looks like they're going to get just Blaze. Eric still forward trying to pressure. Banny's already not giving this point up. Even though they have 5 players, doesn't care. Sandblast had a lot of damage onto skis. Both soldiers bombing on these 2 projectiles. Caught in. So much damage out, and a really good collapse on the side of Morninglight. And it actually gets skis as well. What a play from Morninglight.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Froyo was a little bit in sync when they got the force, but then after they scattered a little bit, it seemed like it was hard to figure out who they wanted to shoot and what they want to collapse on. A back cap is going to slow Morninglight down a little bit. They're going to have to try to stop it, and they will because they bring back 4 players. That also means that they don't necessarily get a grip on mid. Now Froyo's going to be able to go forward and get a cleanup kill on Alpha, who's a little bit too far forward. I'm not sure if he realized his team was that far back. Blaze is going to die for it, though. So, successful play for Froyo to be able to keep their hold on mid, but they do have a player ad that they have to, or player disad they have to worry about, especially combined with the other team almost having Uber. Sandblast trying to make a little bit of space for his team. Jay gonna go in, see if he can try to make a play on Aizen. He's behind in Cheese, very low health. I can only assume he's gonna cleaned up very soon, but all this is just bot time. They have the Uber now, but now Skis is just building up, and they want to take this really fast. Sai goes straight in, try to carpet bomb the medic, but Skis is already out, and he's so far deep that Aizen can't re-flash him, so that's going to be a drop, man. They are going to lose Blaze on the side of Froyotech, but I'm sure they're happy to bust through battlements here and continue to fight this mid, potentially.
I've been noticing, I've seen some streams, and Sai's really loving that double sticky bomb. It does get you very fast, but you're alone for a very long time without that Uber to catch up to you, and like you saw, he overextended, got picked, and now Froyo pushing through Saw, 50% ad. Once again, Morninglight playing very far back. Soapy kind of hiding in a corner, but gets spotted, jumps in onto skis, hits one good rocket, doesn't really commit. And now with the scout on him, he's going to try and pull people back with a really good job sneaking past. And Froyo's a little bit split up, trying to deal with the soldier, both scouts back, but Morninglight really respecting this playing for Uber.
They're playing slow enough where they might just actually Uber exchange here. Enough time is bought where it's no longer Uber ad, and Sandboss wants to take the initiative, running towards Blaze, trying to clean up. He is going to successfully get that kill, and Froyotech kind of realizes this is not the position they want to be in. they're going to back up to their 2, and maybe they can have their own Uber exchange on their own terms over by lower, as it seems like they've rotated over. They've kind of at morning light. They have to try to bust through a deep spam. So you have to try to make a little bit of space, but not without taking damage themselves. And Alpha might get caught. He is. And I don't think Morning Light is going to want to continue after that. Dingo's getting low as well as Froyotech continues to push through lower. But now they want to take the initiative. They're just running straight towards side. The Uber exchange is going to get forced out. Vanny trying to find any damage he can and forcing the red players back as it allows his own team to work their way back in a minute. They're going to try to work this one pick advantage they have as they're able to successfully kill Sandblast. Not without trading Vanny, but they still have this kind of grip that they can tighten around. The opposing team, Messiah, eventually has to back up. It seems like Soapy might. No, he's not going to get cleaned. He almost died and saw there, but is able to successfully escape. So Froyotech kind of turning that around, meeting them at lower and changing it to their own pace of an Uber exchange over on the mid. Is going to let them recap this.
Yeah, on that second, I didn't have time to talk about it because there was so much action. But Soapy pulled, I think, both scouts back for about like 10-20 seconds, and about so much time. But they're just being down players perpetually on that mid. I think they're down 1. Someone else died. The Sandblast got picked, and then they just kind of had to give it up. But now 20% ad, not really pushable. But Habib and Froyo, they're still trying to pressure forward, get a lot of damage out, make some room for their soldiers to try and get a force or maybe generate picks. And they're taking a lot of this ground. Now with Morning Light having the super now, they're going to probably get a little bit more aggro, but they're still playing on this bat. Sandblast really alone. No beam with him yet. No one's really committing. It's just a poke fight.
Yeah, some initiation over on the flank. Kind of a saw battle between the soldiers. Not going to really amount to too much. This is still slowly being a little bit of a spam war. So a couple red players on both sides just eating up arrows. But, I mean, it's kind of on... Unless Morning Light sees something really, really nice for them, it's kind of on Froyotech to initiate here and try to actually do something and getting a kill or getting a force. So... I mean, if they want to, you said they've been playing it slow, and they're definitely playing it slow now, doing a bit of a rotation to Saw. Maybe this door will be slightly more favorable. Trying to maybe clean up a kill on a roamer. Not going to be too successful, as Sophie's going to back up a little bit. We do have Blaze initiating, but he's not going to be able to collect too much. Both soldiers go to red health, but they're going to collect their health packs, and a counter initiation jump comes in, but kind of immediately dies.
He shot one rocket and died instantly.
Yeah, a bit of a melt.
Now Froyo's still trying to peek this Saw, make a little bit of ground for Jay to get in. And they have all the ground in the world. Jay super high in the skybox, tries to get onto Alpha, and just gets out. But there's a lot of damage on multiple people on Morning Light. Jay still putting so much pressure out, gonna get picked, but Banny behind kills Dingo. They get the force out. Now Morning Light kind of just shot out. Both scouts on the super. Asian trying to leave lower, and I think Banny's gonna sniff this one out. But actually, they're gonna try and get these picks. And now 4 people scattered about. Sandblast wins a 1v1. And gets out. What a play. And Soapy still hiding in his own cheese. If he gets a really good timing here, this could be bad for Froyo. Sandblast running for that. And Soapy's in. Gets a good direct, but not enough. Habib landing on the pack. Sandblast actually committing off of it. Gets onto Habib. So much damage on the skis, but no one quite is there, and he doesn't hit his shots. Dingo hitting a lot of spam, but skis just getting out. And really good coordination. Blazing high. Jay trying to pressure out. Now... they're slowly coming forward with their player ad. Blaze in from behind onto Asian. Gets so much damage, doesn't quite hit the splash damage, and he gets pistoled down by Banny across the map.
It's kind of looking a little bit like a DM server, but finally a pick that really, really matters to be able to hold or not is going to come out is that you're right, the medic is going to die for the red team, so now Froyotech have an actual more solidified advantage to work with to try to push this next point, as it looks like they're going to be eyeing lower a little bit. They don't have Jake quite with them quite yet. He's just respawning right now, but I don't think they care too much as they can kind of see Morning-Light's positioning and see that they're very, very far back. Just one player in, but the synced rockets onto skis can't even serve that. Too much damage. Skis is going to die right there. So, unfortunately,
Banny actually slipping behind during that great bomb from Soapy, but Banny is behind it. If they can try and coordinate something together, a lot of damage and spam, but Banny kind of shoots a bit early. I'm surprised. They're gonna deal with these 2 people behind. Eric's still just gonna get out Saw, but actually he does not care. He's taking that 1v1, and that's a complete flip-flop back into favor. And Soapy really showing out after that underwhelming clear-cut game, and it's showing, maybe that's just not this team's map or his map.
Yep, medic death after medic death after medic death is rolling out. Habib wants to push a little bit. He doesn't have his scouts with him quite yet, but Morning Light is also waiting for their own medic to respawn, so they have to be worrisome about players arriving. They're still trying to poke around a little bit, so if he's going to be bombing in, see if he can create any space, but he's going to get cleaned up as soon as he lands. Alpha is going to die as well. A little bit of 1v1 happening between Eric and Sandblast. Eric's going to get really weak, but he's not going to try to force it, because they already have 2 picks to work with, and it seems like they're going to be trying to drive push through Saw here off the picks that they've generated at mid.
I don't know, honestly, Alpha's just been getting picked a lot in this game so far. Blaze trying to get a catch out on the med and just slips through lower, no one's even paying attention. And that is a massive pick. Even though the last 2 times Froyo's taken Uber out of the last, it hasn't quite worked. This time, there isn't any heals up for the side. Soapy in, doesn't hit the Market Gardener. Habib living, and now 2 down, full Uberat on the side of Froyo. They pop now. They get so deep with it, Psy dying. A lot of people in spawn, but now they can start baiting the point very slowly. But they deal with Sandblast. 3 players up on the side of Morning Light with spawners up in 6. This is not really winnable, but you know, maybe if someone hit every air shot.
Yep, finally after many medic deaths are traded back and forth over, you know, 2 in mid, we finally have Froyotech taking this next round, and they're at 4 points now. 1 more and this is over, and Morning Light only have 1 round on the name, so it's going to be really up to them to make sure that this mid is a dominant one, Marmaloo.
Yeah, so far, like I've seen every time, they get really aggro. Soapy with either a fast bomb, a high bomb, but Psy dying to stickies on this map. Soapy trying to get in, get on the med, salvage the game, but only gets 1 rocket off, and they actually they trade 2 for 2, no demo, and there's just better classes on the side of Froyo. So they're just gonna give up mid, you know, be fine with being on their own second. Being down 4-1 on your own second with 16 minutes, you know, you got to start thinking, we can't really let them just time us out, take their time with attacks, and Froyo's immediately just pushing Saw with all their players. A lot of damage out on the Dingo. Eric trying to get on him, gets onto Soapy, gets the pick, and maybe even gets out. Nope, not quite. But a soldier in on the med, doesn't really do any damage, but 2 for 1, not bad for Froyo.
Yep, makes it a little bit more difficult for Morning Light to try to necessarily go for anything. They're trying their hardest, but Saw is not going to be the area that they're able to find success, but we do have Jay going in and getting a really early force, so that's going to be really nice for Froyotech. I'm kind of surprised they tried to muscle. I'm kind of surprised they tried to muscle Saw so hard when the advantage was over on the flank, but either way, what's done is done. Is Froyotech going to pop right back into them, getting many kills, recognizing that Morning Light is just a tad too close, as there's only soldiers left alive for the other team. Dingo's...
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. I think they know the only way they don't win this round is if someone stops the second, but that was an incredible play from Jay. That entire life was just amazing. Soapy trying to get the shovel, gets a trade. I think this cap time will be too much, but Psy actually on the sniper hits the headshot, and even though he probably wasn't trying his hardest, that I think may have saved the round. Banny hiding in the corner of the barrels, not spotted. Oh no, somebody, Soapy, please, but Psy gets on from Banny. Banny's getting the cap and just gets it right under their nose. And
that's going to be a completed match. Unfortunate for Morning Light, the half wasn't enough for them to try to flip things around and maybe collect more rounds, and it only helped strengthen Froyotech's ability to be able to continue to put rounds on the board up till their victory. So that last round there was a little, I mean, not this round that we just played, but the first round of the half, that was a lot of back and forth, and it looked a little bit promising, because even though Froyotech was able to find what they've been finding previously in this match, you know, moments where they can, you know, find Morning Light slipping up a little bit and punishing them. Morning Light was able to find some moments of themselves. It was medic death after medic death after medic death, but at the end of the day, if you collect a round, then that's going to be permanent. So if you're on your own side of the map, it's kind of over if things aren't going your way. So
yeah, I think it's safe to say, you know, that is a good result to come off of their last match, and it really shows, you know, we're not a pushover. It's just clear cut. You know, it's not our map. It's our first, probably one of our first times playing it. And, you know, just not a great showing in the first match, but definitely I think everybody really did well. And yeah, I didn't get to say it, but Jay I think he jumped through catwalk, got a force in by Saw, jumped to lower, jumped back into window, got out catwalk, and then high bombed and got 3 picks in lobby. But yeah, I think that's a good showing for Morning Light. Show what they got.
Yeah, a lot of good plays from the soldiers. At least from what I've seen. I'm not sure about the moments that I missed when I wasn't here, but it seemed like the soldier show on both teams. Obviously, you know, all the players on both teams playing their hearts out, but that's where I think where most of the plays kind of happened, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't notice, but Sandblast went 38-18.
that's definitely pretty solid to work off of.
Yeah, you know, that's a confidence booster. Comes off the Highlander win, 38 burger.
Can't be mad at that,
You put that on the fridge.
for sure.
That's a good one.